Hello, our dear viewers, to the weekly show, the digital talk show. In the last segment, I would like to welcome our colleague, Mr. Faisal Rajab. Hello, Mr. Faisal.
Thank you, Dr. Anwar.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
How was the last week with you?
Very good, very good.
Yes.
Happy Constitution Week.
Yes, it was.
Jubilee of Kuwait.
With the events and
With
everything,
yes.
the firework and everything. So what do you have for us
Well,
this week?
if you, good evening, Dr. Mohammed.
Good evening to you.
I'd like to basically first thank the Emir of Kuwait for putting the most amazing show, for turning the skies of Kuwait on Saturday into the most beautiful sky I've ever seen. And for this reason, I would like to talk about the fireworks, but I will not talk about the grand scale of it and how large it was, because I'm sure the whole world has covered the fireworks being the largest fireworks in the world of history of mankind. I will cover the part where the technology comes into it and the software, because what we saw and the accuracy we saw and basically the amount of creativity that was placed in it, it was placed in it because of software, mainly because of software. People, let's say the Chinese, when they invented the fireworks, were not able to do that much with just humans because they lit it with fire or with a flare, and humans were not able to put a grand scale of fireworks like that until technology and software came into the picture. Now, if you don't mind, Dr. Mohammed, to show the two softwares that were mainly used. Now, I was lucky to actually meet one of these people, a few of these people that came to Kuwait. They're the best pyrotechnicians in the world. It's not a team, but it is a team, but it's not a firm. It was basically handpicked by a company that was that brought them in. From each country, the best pyrotechnician, and I met one of these people, and he talked to me about a few of the software, and as you can see, the first one is called Finale, and this is the most popular one that people use, or actually engineers of firework design use for large-scale shows, Finale. And also there was another software that we used that's called ShowSim. Now ShowSim, what's special about it is that it was created by a pyrotechnician expert himself. So this software is basically just like AutoCAD, if you will, and Photoshop. You drag and place what kind of firework you want. You basically make the animation, if you will. But this animation will be printed on a screen that is not a screen really, but the sky. Which will be so it's very similar to animation, is what I'm trying to say in layman's terms. Basically, if you can see now, I will, if we can go to the video of the simulation, please, Dr. Mohammed. The end result of, I'm going to show you now the video of the end result of what the software will give you after you're done. Sorry, Mohammed, if you can show the other video.
Okay.
The simulation where it's actually right after you're done with the software, it gives you this video of what will happen, and this video is the first stage basically. Okay. I'm sure Dr. Anwar is going to comment about the music. I thought about you when I heard that music. So basically this is not real, this is the simulation. This is what Finale can give you, the software. Everything here you see is computerized, but this is what you're going to see.
This is a simulation.
This is a simulation. This is what you're going to see at the end result. This is what the designer, if you will, does, so that the next stage will be the fireworks artist, which puts everything together by his hand, of course, and create these, like let's say blue color, and creates these gunpowder to make them explode like this. But this is the first order, if you will. And basically these simulation give you the show in 3D. It gives you the show in different angles, from the back, from whatever angle you're at, as if it was actually real.
This is a firework or light?
This is lit. This is a simulation of what fireworks. If you don't mind, Dr. Mohammed, if you just can skip through where I'd like to talk about the shape. There's a heart shape. If you skip through a little, you will see a part where I would like to talk about it, where they make a heart shape simulation. And this is something that was used in there. This was something that was used in Kuwait, actually. I don't know if you've noticed. These heart shapes were used on a grand scale. Now, What's remarkable about these heart shapes, it's very easy, of course, to just drag and place it into the software, but to actually make them by hand is very difficult. It's handmade. All of what you see on the fireworks is handmade, the shapes that you see. So this was used a lot in Kuwait, and I just wanted to mention that. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to go to we can start by the photos, actually, before the videos. The photos that were, because the photo there. If you can just skip, I'd like to show these photos. Why? Because they're basically bird's eye view. They're from an amount, because a lot of us were actually underneath the fireworks. We couldn't see it on a larger scale, or like a. But I'd like to show you why. Like if you see it, how very accurate it is. And the reason why is because it was all computerized. And even the way it was lit, I'd like to talk about something that's called the electrical match. Wow. All of these fireworks are lit not by fire and not by flare, as it was done before. It was lit by something called electrical match, which is an electrical wire that has no fire, and the signal is sent by the software, by the computer, and it's sent all the way directly to the firework to explode. No fire. This is to minimize the danger of fire, so and to also make it more accurate. Now, after this time I'd like to also mention about the fireworks that even the boom that you listen to, the boom and the rocket sound, is actually designed. It's not just the explosion. Yes. The explosion actually makes no sound. What you see, the light has no sound. It has a very small sound. What you see, the booming sounds and the rocket sounds and the squeaking sounds, this is also placed in the design of the software.
Sound effects.
Sound effects. The booming sound is also a sound effect that is placed in the software.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it.
It's not. I thought as well. But throughout the research, it's actually another bomb, if you will, or another sound explosion placed with the fire, with the colorful fire that you see, the gunpowder, if you will. This is also designed beforehand. Okay, the final stage. Then after all of this is done, there's another very larger program that is used. Now, I didn't basically have. There's a lot of different kinds that you can use, but basically you use a larger program to place what you've done on finale and show sim. To place it in together with the music and the laser, because these shows synchronize. This is what's synchronized, and it's a larger scale. It needs a lot more professional technicians. That basically, like if you will, like a pilot. You know, like a very pilot that operates a very accurate type of plane, if you will, if not more, because it's a very large scale. And that's what I wanted to basically point out, that it's not the largest fireworks. That's not the greatest thing about it, that it was the largest amount, or it was the Guinness World Record. But there was the software and the technology that went behind what we saw in Kuwait, who was really on a unprecedented type of thing that we haven't seen anywhere in the world. So yeah.
Finished?
About to finish, yeah.
I think the most important thing, Faisal, is there is no quality control. You don't do this because, for example, in cars you have a quality control. You have the car, you take samples, the brakes, and you can test. Here you have to go live, because what is there is so big, you cannot, it's not cheap to do it. Where can you deal with it anyway? So it is either you make it or break it.
Exactly, you can't test it.
You cannot test it. So there has to be a lot of trust, a lot of confidence, a lot of hard work, well in advance.
That's why I basically described it and compared it to flying a plane.
Yes.
Because you just have to, not any plane. And I'd like to also mention the kind of planes that were also there. This was the first time in the world these firework planes that we saw, the three planes that had fireworks.
Yes, you are right.
But at the end of all this, I'd like to also mention that the software and technology that went behind it is not also enough. There's also this talent, and there's also this creative talent and creative amount of work that was placed on it. And I'd like to mention that that's why we had these pyrotechnicians come here. So having the software and technology is not enough. You have to have the talent behind it, and we had very good people that came to Kuwait to put that show.
Most important is innovation.
Exactly.
Most important. Because what makes people say wow and admire what's going on is that you convince them This is really where, like what we are seeing here. Really,
Exactly.
it has
This
to
is the
be
video.
synchronized. It has to be well prepared. It has to be well executed.
Exactly.
The music, the sound
music.
effect.
No, there are so many variables here.
Yes,
You
exactly.
see,
Yes,
there are so many
exactly.
variables. Bigger project.
And we can't hear the music, but the actual music that was there, not the music from the video. This is the place, but the music that was there live
Yes.
was also a part of the simulation. Was sorry, about a part of the show. So. And a lot of people gave, a lot of the spectators, they said that the music went so well together with the with the show, with the lights.
I saw, I sensed, Dr. Anwar.
Yes.
It told the story of Kuwait.
Yes.
The story of the constitution.
Yes.
The evolution. الازدهار, التراث, التطور. All these were words displayed to the audience, to the speculators.
Together with the visual effect.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I think that was the visual effect is most important, quite
Exactly.
honestly. So that because not many people were expecting to see such things.
Yes, it was definitely a surprise. And the surprise, again, is not many people are like, oh, it's just another largest display of fireworks in the world. And really, it's not that. Because I have met these people. I sat with these pyrotechnicians. They are people that know what they're doing. They've been working for many, many years. And this is the outcome. They came all together and put this great show. So again, I can't be more thankful to the Emir of Kuwait for putting, turning the skies
A wonderful
of Kuwait
show.
so beautifully.
Yeah.
I think this is very interesting, quite honestly, and very admiring for people to see it, and it is worthwhile effort, and the time has been put for it, and I think it reminds us of the Olympics somewhere,
And the people of Kuwait deserve it.
yes,
We deserve the show like
yes,
this.
yes, why not? And I think we need to develop such things in the future, and
Yeah, exactly.
it is worth also showing, and that's, I think, what is going to be very important for us.
We hope that the let's say teenagers or the younger people that are watching the show would be more interested in this. It's not a bad thing for Kuwaitis to pick up on these kind of technology.
Yes,
and
yes, it's an industry.
It's an industry, and maybe like develop this kind of things, like the pyrotechnicians and the art that goes behind it, the software, the engineering.
I think without the software, this wouldn't have been delivered.
And this is exactly, and this is
have
also
been
why I mentioned it.
without the technology, without the computer software and the sound effects development, and I think the integration for all of this.
It gave people a chance to be more creative, more accurate. If there's a photo, I don't know if you can show it, it's really one of my favorite photos, where it shows the whole red fireworks across, of course, not a lot of people around the world know that it was stretched all the way from, I don't know how many miles, but all the way from Salmiya to Kuwait City. It's a very large amount of strip. Normally fireworks happen in one specific zone. This was large, and to see all of red fireworks displayed all at the same time.
This is it.
Very accurately.
This is it on the screen.
Is really remarkable, and this is where the talent of the pyrotechnicians come in.
Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Faisal. So if I may come back to the computer, the supercomputers.
Of course. Please do.
So I think Titan steals #1 spot on the top 500 supercomputer list. I think this is very important. In our life now, we have these supercomputers. I don't know where they use them, perhaps simulation in NASA or somewhere in finding out about exploration of oil explorations or somehow.
Wall Street.
Yes.
Topology.
Yes, topology, environment.
Tomography.
Yes, I think there are some hard work which needs a lot of billions or trillions of operation per second. But I think now the United States stays in the top of the list, of course. You see, China tried to, but they couldn't make it, or they made it for a while. For a while.
Roadrunner.
Yes, and now it comes back to the United States, I think, and that's why they are having the lead on this.
Oak Ridge National Lab.
Yes.
Hosting this Titan.
Yes.
17 petaflops, floating point operations per second.
Yes.
Imagine what can you do with a super genie.
I think this might simulate the mankind brain somehow. This comes back to
Amazing.
something
Amazing.
too much to comprehend, huh?
Yes.
This is just, as you mentioned, this is
But
very,
God is greater.
yes.
Huh? With this supercomputer, we cannot simulate the full power of a fly. God,
Really?
yes, believe it or not.
Well, this is how we have to discuss one day the power of these supercomputers and the power, of course, of my Almighty Allah. I think there is another piece of news here. Time is money. Apple pays 21 million, only 20 million pound or dollar for clock design. Yeah, there was some Swiss. They took the design of the Swiss clock.
Right.
They took
read
it. I
about
don't. They borrowed it as a
I
matter
read
of fact,
about it.
and then they have to pay. You see, not my glasses. They borrowed it for
Don't
1 week
borrow
or 2
things.
weeks,
Don't
and
borrow
خلاص,
things.
they borrowed this clock design, and I think it was worthwhile for those people,
The owners.
and they were getting 21 million.
Oh my God.
Pounds for clock
Oh
design.
my.
It says reports Apple
Unbelievable.
shells out many millions of dollars to license the iconic Swiss clock face design. It apparently adapted for use in iOS 6. Yes, I think they have a lot of money, so it doesn't matter if they use something
They can manage,
as
believe
a
me.
heritage
Believe me.
and then put it to them. I think this brings to them many customers also.
Here is one new word for you, our
Yes.
dear viewer. I'm sure you heard of Wi-Fi,
Yes.
but there is something nowadays called MiFi.
Yes.
Did you hear about it?
My wall. Huh?
MiFi is mobile wireless hotspot
Yes.
that can deliver 4G.
4G.
Believe it. Very broadband,
High
high
speed-
quality,
high speed.
and it is mobile. Mobile Wi-Fi. It's called MiFi.
My question to you, Mr. Mohammed,
Please.
and to you, Mr. Faisal also, if the director put this piece of news, so Steve Jobs was a normal human being.
What do you think, Faisal? Was he normal?
I think a big part of his success is because the part of him was actually normal. That's why a lot of people relate to him.
Well, when we say normal, well, but I think
Of course, he's a genius, but
a genius. Yes, this is.
there's-
We must admit this is something which is. This is a big question. You see, he did so much because he just minimized the Apple, the workstations. As a matter of fact, a big workstation now to a mobile. I think there is a history of 30 years. You see, and he had a vision then that it will work, and because he developed the hardware with the software. That is the plus, you see. Although it could have costed him his post, and it costed him at some stage, because they decided to keep the hardware and software inside in home. Then it made the difference when they started to develop the iPods and these things. Then when they made this, it is easier for them because they had big history and big vision that they made it. So the question here, I think, it is a very funny question.
Funny title.
Yes.
But I think what they're trying to say is, I don't know if you've iPhone users, they will probably tell you that it's very friendly to use. It's very human-like. So I think a big part of Steve Jobs was very simple and very human-like, and that's why his software and his operating system is very unlike because other software can be very demanding and very different, complex, and very different than our daily lifestyle. And Apple operating system is normally very simple.
To simplify it. Yes.
Yes, there was one news also. There is a lady in the United States, but this is very important. You say, I tried to, but anyway, it's a little bit. Racist anti-Obama Facebook post get woman fired. You see?
Please explain.
She mentioned there is N something, N-word.
Okay.
I think this is nigger or something, abbreviation. So she mentioned that she posted it on Facebook.
Okay.
And then she says, I don't mind if somebody kills Obama.
Okay.
Then comes FBI.
And they arrested her.
They said, "Khalas, you are finished." I think they told the company she works in. And of course, there was an interview with her now because of this I cannot show this unfortunately, but there was an interview. Yes, this is the lady. Yes, I can show it to you now. If the director may show this on the what I have.
Are we touching on the freedom of word or?
Racist anti-Obama Facebook post gets woman fired. Of course, this is her face.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen this on the news before. Yes.
Yes, she was on the news, and I didn't think it would be that big of a deal, huh? But she says if somebody assassination, of course, she wrote another 4 years of this, and she put his name. Maybe he will get assassinated this term.
Is it because she didn't vote for Obama? Does she have like a? Is there
She was accused of being racist. You see, and they are very sensitive to this.
Of course.
Yes,
Of course.
and they didn't leave them as a chance. Although she tried to make it as a fun.
Okay. Now I get what. Yeah,
Yes, but it isn't there. It is very. She's 20 years old, you see, and I think that, I think this is very important.
They don't take it lightly.
No, they don't take it lightly. So this is very important, you see, because if they leave this, then this will go on, and they cannot control it. You see,
And they don't want to encourage it as well.
and I think we are coming to the end to this show for this week. I think. Thank you, Dr. Mohammad. Thank you very much,
so much,
Mr. Rajab, and we hope you do your master and PhD
Thank you so much.
in animations and technology. And thank you everybody here in the studio, and thanks for everybody in the control room, and thank you our dear viewers for watching this show, and we hope the digital talk show has been very useful and very light. Until we see you next week, goodbye and good night.